This is a demonstration of a good example of a lesson that was developed in the EDU649 class. This lesson is developed by Jerry Andrews, and it's called The Tanker War in Operation Praying Mantis. It was developed in Zunal.com, as you can see at the top. Jerry has a nice little description in his welcome, and then he has in his course objectives. He only has 2 objectives, and yet these objectives are robust enough to get at all the lessons that he's providing in his site. His objectives are incredibly measurable. Given a list of attacks which took place during the Tanker War and provided online resources, working by yourself, you're going to build a timeline that contains 5 attacks by Iran and 5 attacks by Iraq using this software called Timeline.js. And then there's a checklist provided. The checklists are below. If we take a look at the checklist, we can see that the students are to the 5 attacks by the 2 countries, 8 dates are correct, target ships are named, etc. So the checklists these are actually, I would call these rubrics. Okay? So these are how we measure the individual skills. In the second objective, they're going to create a Prezi that analyzes this operation. Okay, and then he's got a beautiful description of the audience. In the introduction, he actually pulls you in by telling you a story. So it really, as you read the story and as you are interested in geographic, socio-economic events in the world and in the Middle East, this is a great little story and it really pulls you in. He then goes into the Tanker War and provides kind of a little a series of documents for you to go through and learn a little bit. And these from these documents, it talks about why the Iraq started the Tanker War. So he gives you some guidance as you look through these documents and videos. So you're kind of doing the information download, learning about it, and now in the objective here, you're going to build the timeline, and he gives you a bunch of really great United Nations reports at the bottom, and you go through those as you build the timeline of the events that happened, and he gives you guidance on what you're going to build, what needs to be there, the flag, the ship attacked, etc. And then he gives you some guidance on using the Timeline.js website. And he gives you what you want. He wants to see your year, month, day, headline, media, etc. So beautiful guidance here on this. And then, of course, here's that checklist, okay? Let's go to the next event, the next activity, Praying Mantis. Again, a lecture, a little description and a lecture of what happened, and now the assignment. And the students are supposed to create a Prezi, which is kind of a mind mapping tool or kind of a presentation tool. It's a little mixture of both. And in groups, they are going to develop a Prezi that describes, let's see here, includes the incidents and essentially to kind of analyze how the incident took place, okay, and why. And then again, we have the rubric. So what are the connections? We go down to number 4. What are the connections between what happened here? And who are the forces involved? And what are the casualties? And so forth, and then also how engaging is the presentation. All right, and then he has a little conclusion and some resources, additional resources, and so forth. So this is a great lesson. It's maybe about, I think it's a robust lesson of about maybe 3 to 5 hours of student work. And there's some group opportunities. There's enough information to teach this lesson. I, as an instructor, if I never met Jerry, I could go online and teach this lesson using the materials that were provided here. So well done. This is a really great example of an online lesson.